What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel Pitole in Motion, a place for busy people and dream chasers looking to achieve their goals in a more efficient way. So if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Ira and I do project management, self-improvement and the occasional lifestyle video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if that sounds like good content to you. And to my lovely subscribers coming back for another video, hello, welcome. Get a cup of tea because this one's going to be a good one, and let's get straight into it. All right guys, so today we are going to be talking about entry-level project management roles, and I feel like this is such a good one to talk through because if you are looking to get into project management, as many of you are, entry-level roles are absolutely perfect for someone that doesn't have any formal project management experience but wants to eventually become a project manager or program manager and just needs to get their foot in the door. Of course you can go ahead and just apply to be a project manager, however it can prove to be very, very difficult if one, you don't have experience delivering projects, even if it's not in a formal setting, but also because you might actually just not know how to deal with a project environment. In your previous role, you might have not had any experience doing anything along the lines of project management or any of those attributes that a project manager will have. So it is a great opportunity to start in an entry-level role, get yourself into a project vicinity and learn on the go. So I have a few project management entry-level roles which I'm going to get into now, but I do want to highlight that a lot of them sound very similar in terms of the roles and the responsibilities, day-to-day tasks, etc. A lot of them, although they have different names, sound very similar. So if you are looking to get into project management, make sure you are applying to all of these roles. This being said, I do think a couple more of these roles are more aligned into a swifter transition into being a project manager in the future. Make sure you stick around right to the end of the video so I can reveal that to you. Let's get it popping. First up, we have a project coordinator. I've spoken about a project coordinator multiple times in previous videos because it tends to be the most common entry-level project management role that you'll see working on a project. Project coordinator is a junior role within the project management team, and they will help to assist the project management team. As a project coordinator, you have lots and lots of opportunity to work on bigger projects, assisting the project manager, and in some aspects, taking responsibility for certain aspects of the project end to end. These are likely to be a lot smaller work packages. So for example, a particular part of the testing plan, but the key here is you're likely to get a lot more hands-on experience, a lot more exposure to end-to-end delivery, being able to support the team from right at the beginning of the project in this initiation phase all the way to closure. As they'll be working under the supervision of the project manager or the assistant project manager, they're most likely going to get good exposure to the budget, planning and the RAID, which are really, really key tools used to make project management work within a project. Next up, we have a project scheduler, and as the title does suggest, the project scheduler is mainly involved in managing and updating the project schedules. A really good project schedule is really critical to the successful delivery of a project. So it is a very critical role in my opinion. As a project scheduler, because your focus is mainly on schedules, you'll get exposure to multiple projects across the board. It's a good way to get a really in-depth understanding of how project schedules are created right from the beginning all the way to the end, and also the day-to-day activities in a project that have to be delivered in order to get to closure. Although you'll be working on a lot of projects across the board and understanding the schedules in a lot of different projects, you may not get as much exposure into other areas of project management such as budgeting, reporting, team leadership, and those kind of things there. So moving to the next stage, it might be a little bit restrictive, but it doesn't mean you won't be able to become a project manager one day. It just means that whilst you're in that project scheduler role, you just need to look for opportunities to gain these other skills to move to the next stage up. Next, we have a project administrator. And once again, guys, it's all up in the name. It's all up in the name. This is what you go to be doing. You are responsible for helping the project team and mainly the project manager with a lot of administrative activities. For example, updating the reports, the RAID, could even touch the schedule, the budget, making sure that any kind of presentations are put together correctly, looking at the contracts, making sure if there's any clauses that need to be integrated into the project plan, or we have SLAs, etc. We are on top of that. All of these kind of activities. It's a lot less hands-on experience, but that is not a disadvantage. They will become very, very, very well versed in good admin, good governance, and those are really, really key parts of project management, which a lot of project managers actually struggle with. Me in particular, all of that admin stuff, you know, I need to do it, but I leave it to the last activity. It's not good, guys. Make sure you do your admin. Make sure you're on top of everything. You want to be in a position at all time that if someone calls on you, you're able to draw out the necessary documents you need. Next up, I have a trainee or a graduate project manager. And actually, guys, this is how I got into project management. I've done a video on this in the past, how to secure a graduate role if you went to university and you want to get into project management. I highly, highly recommend, I'm just gonna say it now, that you do apply to that if you're at that stage of life, because a graduate role has so many benefits. In a graduate role or trainee role, what the company are actually committed to do is to train you up to become a project manager. This allows you to fail fast. This allows you to have the environment around you to support you. You're often given a mentor or a senior PM or a PM to talk to and to learn from throughout that period of time. Once you're in a position where you've worked on a project with them, they'll give you more and more responsibility as your confidence builds. And when you're ready, they'll give you your own project end to end. Now, I'm only speaking on this because of my experience or my graduate program that I was on. However, not all of them may be like that. I just want to put that out there. Some of them might have you pushing paper. They might have you, you know, getting tea for the PM team. I don't know. I'm just saying, if you are on a good graduate program, it is a place where they will train you. Other entry level roles, depending on, you know, what they require in the job description, they might not be as willing to train you up. They might expect you to have a certain level of training or expertise in that field. But as a graduate, they know that like this, you come fresh, you know nothing, and it's in their benefit, or more so, they have committed in the name graduate/trainee to do exactly that. So personally, I think it's a great way to make the step up. So a project support specialist is usually a project management entry level roles that we see in the public sector. Sometimes they can also be referred to as a project support officer. They're kind of doing the same thing, and they're very, very similar to a project coordinator. You're doing exactly what the title suggests once again, which is to support the project manager with any kind of activities that they need help with. And I don't want to start listing these activities because this literally can be anything from like creating meetings, scheduling meetings, working on smaller segments of the project, and just generally helping to lighten the load of the senior PM. So like I said, what is the difference between what I just said now and a project coordinator? Not much difference. They more or less do the same kind of things, and that's why, once again, when you're applying for entry-level roles, don't just keep it to one title. Spread your wings. All of these roles more or less do the same thing. All right, guys, so those are the key project management entry-level roles that I have just gone through, the ones that I work with, the ones I've had experience with. Of course, there will be many, many more, but those are just the key ones that come to my mind, the most common ones that I think that if you are looking to get into project management, you should definitely look at applying to all of them. And the reason for this is because all of them give you project experience, and that is key, guys. If you want to become a project manager, they want to see that you can do. They want to see that you understand how projects work. They want to see that you've been part of a delivery system where they've been delivering end to end, and all of those roles will give you exposure to that. So please do not restrict yourself by just applying to project manager roles. You're getting rejections because you ain't got the relevant experience and you're looking upset. Get yourself one of these entry-level roles. Make sure you're there able to learn before you take the next step. This being said, guys, I am all about progression, and swift progression at that. We ain't trying to be here forever. We trying to move on up. And if your desire is to become a project manager, drum roll please. That was a really bad drum roll, but we move. If you do want to transition into becoming a project manager relatively quickly from an entry-level role, I would definitely try to target either getting a graduate/trainee project manager role, a project coordinator role, or a project support officer role. When it comes to delivery, hands-on experience is really important. Also being able to work on end-to-end kind of projects is really helpful as well. For me, being able to work under a project manager, getting exposure of the day-to-day and what they're doing makes that transition so much easier, because you'll be able to speak to it even though you haven't done it yourself. And I think those 3 roles that I've just told you about will enable you to get there just a little bit faster. Anyway guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've got so much more content coming out. Let me know where you are in your career right now. Are you just looking for an entry-level role? Have you been applying to any of these roles? Did you even know these roles existed? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next one.